Good morning, White Oak. I was super excited to see you this morning getting organized for your day, and many of you already working on your morning work. Good job. Thank you so much. Let's stand now for the pledge. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Join me for our good morning song. We're so glad to see you. We're so glad to see you. We're so glad to see you. We'd like to say hello. This is the way, hey, we start the day, hey, we have the knowledge, hey, to go to college, hey, but don't stop there, hey, go anywhere, hey, this is the way, hey, we start the day, hey. Thank you, friends. Everybody have a seat. I have a few words of wisdom for you this morning. Have you ever heard the story about the little community of mice that was being bullied by a big mean cat? At a mouse time meeting, the mice thought of a great idea. Someone needed to put a bell around the neck of the cat. Then the bell would ring, warning everyone that the cat was near. But guess what? No one would do the job. So the cat continued to bully the entire community. Sometimes it's easy to come up with a good idea for solving a problem. What's not so easy is getting the job done. Being a good citizen of our school and community means that we are a person who not only comes up with the ideas, but we're willing to do the job. Like maybe picking up trash on the playground, or collecting food for the needy, or maybe planting a bed of flowers. Today, I want you to think of just one thing you can do to be a good and active citizen of our school community. With something to think about, this is Mrs. Evans reminding you of our motto. Say it with me. I am safe, I am a peacemaker, I am a learner. Well, I have Miss Atkinson in co-anchoring with me this morning, and she has brought her first graders in. They did a fabulous job starting us off this morning, so I appreciate that. Now, Ms. Atkinson, you all have been working through Rita's workshop during literacy block. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
And in fact, this morning before we came down, we were doing our book shopping.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The kids have a shopping list on their reading mat that they use to pick out their leveled and interest books. And so they end up with 10 books for the week that they've chosen. And throughout the week, they've been doing an amazing job with independent reading. We had a visitor in our class last week that thought they were second graders.
Oh, wow.
First graders.
Oh, yeah. Makes my heart feel good.
And so we do independent reading, and then they get a chance. They have a reading partner that they get to read with every day, and they have just been doing an awesome job. We've been working on scooping up words and making our reading sound smooth. And by the end of the week, they take a book that they record themselves reading, and they send it to me on Seesaw. And it's been pretty cool to watch how their reading has already grown.
That is great.
Super excited about that.
Good. So parents, as you're watching this later today, be sure and ask your child about reading workshop as well. Many of our friends are book shopping each week, and they're reading their 10 books, and even more are recording themselves on Seesaw. And if the teacher has that open for you, you'll get to watch them read that book. And that's pretty cool that you all can assess them through Seesaw. We're really enjoying our iPads that have been brought into our school this year. Well, Saturday was a big day in our community.
A lot of fun.
Yes, so we had the Peanut Festival at Johnny Hunt's High School, and lots of friends were around, some watching the parade, some in the parade. And I told you last week that I wasn't going to be driving a tractor this year. And some of you this morning gave it a new name, and you told me that I was driving a bubble car. We did have bubbles coming out of the little vehicle I was driving. But I want to tell you about that vehicle, because one day you might want to build something like that. It's called a horseless carriage. A horseless carriage. That means there were no what? There were no horses. Thank you, first grade friends. There were no horses. It actually had an engine underneath the seat where I was sitting. And so we could drive down the road with that in a parade. Now the really cool thing is that it was handmade by a man in Rocky Hawk named Mr. Ted Peel, and he made that vehicle, he made that vehicle all by himself. So one day you might want to be, and we call that an engineer, somebody who builds things, and that could be your career. It's really a hobby for him. He worked at UPS before he retired, but he builds all kinds of cool things, and he's a person that we can take something that's broken and he will fix it, and we don't have to buy something new. The other thing I want to talk to you about is I got a really good report from the Recreation Department about our PBIS field trips last week. So I thank all of our friends for doing a super job when you went up to the Northern Community Recreation Center. So thank you so much for that. Now I have lots of Cubbie Paws to read today, and so we'll pop through these first of all, and I hope that I have everybody recognized for the Peanut Festival. And if you hear a friend that's not recognized, the adults, make sure you send me an email, because I want to make sure everybody gets a piece of candy at least. We'll give it up there Saturday morning to help our friends that participate. All right. So we had a booth set up on the lawn of Johnny Holmes and Miss Angie Walston and Miss Jen Atkinson started that off, and so they packed their cars on Friday and set it up for us.
We had a lot of friends that came to see us on Saturday. That was nice to see the kids out and about.
Yeah, that's great. We're going to actually read their names in a few minutes, so they can come to the treasure box. Also with the booth was Miss Bravel, Miss Proctor, Miss Julie Privet, Miss Richardson, Miss Dorothy Bunch, Miss Powell, Miss Hardison. Okay, now let me stop. This comes to the parade. So Miss Hardison was our driver for the float, but she also was the organizer extraordinaire for us. She got all of that together for us, so we appreciate that. Also on the float, Miss Beth Copeland, Miss Bravel, Miss Walton, Miss Privet, Miss Winslow, Miss Sharp, Miss Bass, that's Michelle Bass, Miss Parr, and Pippa was there too. You probably, did y'all see Pippa? Yeah, we all saw Pippa. Miss Peel and Miss McLaughlin. So thank y'all for helping out with the Peanut Festival. Lots and lots of adult friends doing that. If I miss somebody, please let me know. All right, here we go with some other Cubbie Paws. We have Miss Ward, thank you for giving me some composition books. Miss Bravel for helping with the PBIS students, as well as Miss Woff, as well as Miss Peeler and Miss Parr, and Miss Darlene Tinch, and Miss Hardison. So thank you so much. It takes a village. All right, now, last week, our teachers presented their data, their beginning of year data to each other. It was our first time doing that. Y'all did awesome. I mean, it has been fabulous, and we're so proud of you. In fact, you don't know this, teachers, but I did share one of them so far, because it's taken a while to get them uploaded and fixed in Drive, but I'll give the first and second graders theirs later today. But Dr. Jackson has actually sent a big shout out to my email for the good work that you all have done. So I'm really proud of you that he's proud of you. See, it all works out together. So here we go. Miss Layton, Miss Bryder, Miss Stallings, Miss Dotson, Miss Denny, Miss Leary, Miss Heather Copeland, Miss Dale, Miss Atkinson. Give her a little shout out there. Miss Daniels, Miss Peel, Miss Winslow, Miss Chappell, Miss Nixon, Miss Price, Miss Powell, Miss Walston, Miss Faircloth, Miss Ward, and Miss Perry. And a couple of friends couldn't even physically be here and actually recorded theirs on PowerPoint, and so I learned something new, because I didn't know that you could voice over so easily, and it's just awesome. All right, now we had friends who attended the Peanut Festival booth, and you were able to fill out a Cubbie Paw, and so today you're going to get to come down to the treasure chest, because you stopped by and saw us and maybe got a free book and all those kinds of things, played some games with us. So here we go. Miss Carter, if you're listening, you're gonna have about 40 kids coming down the hall right now, so be ready. Here we go. We have Eliza in Miss Atkinson's class, Cameron in Miss Dale's class, Anna Scott in Miss Leary's class, Anne Marie in Miss Copeland's class, Levi in Miss Dale's class, John in Miss Winslow's class, Auburn in Miss Atkinson's class, Lily in Miss Hughes's class, Emma in Miss Walston's class, Autumn in pre-K, Nakay in 2nd grade, Ashley in Miss Perry's class, Braden in Miss Price's class, Presley in Miss Little's class, Jacob in Miss Chappell's class, Brayon in Miss Winslow's class, Ava in Miss Copeland's class, had to search my brain, Joseph in Miss Denny's class, Rosa in Miss Powell's class, Ethan in Miss Atkinson's class, Kaylee in Miss Dale's class, Eli in Miss Powell's class, I think that says Braden in pre-K. Don't have a teacher's name there, ladies, so figure that out. Juliana in 2nd grade, Haley in Miss Nixon's class, Blake in Miss Peel's class, Alex in Miss Powell's class, Anada in Miss Peel's class, Kate in Miss Powell's class, Ross in Miss Atkinson's class, Savannah in Miss Leary's class, Skylar in Miss Barber's class, Trent in Miss Daniel's class, and Madison in Miss Privet's class. I sure do appreciate y'all coming out to the Peanut Festival. Let's stand and sing. Gonna be awesome.
Go be awesome, go be great, go be fabulous, 'cause the world is waiting. You can do what you set your mind to. Just remember, be the awesome you. Oh, remember, yeah, be the awesome you. Awesome you.
Thank you, friends. I'll see you down the hall and in your classrooms.